Hello guys and girls and welcome back. It's Big John here. The @'s at the bottom of the screen if you like to listen to my music. So is all the relevant information I'll be speaking about in this video. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you a 10-stage process on how to plan your trading day. I hope you're going to like this one, guys and girls. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, as you can see here, I have my trading chart. This is a nice clean trading chart. I have changed my background recently. I like to have a nice clean chart to start with because it gives me a good view on being able to see where the market is at the moment. Like clearly here, we can see something as simple as this, that this is a head and shoulders pattern that was formed, or should we call it an inverted head and shoulders pattern that was formed right about here. And this is what also helped to enable Euro USD to form this buy that continued to go up to here, because this was an inverted head and shoulders. This was the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. And there you go. So what I like to do is I like to have a nice clean chart at first, and then I will take my process from there. So you can see what's the benefits of having a nice clean chart. It just lets you see the pattern a little bit more better. Stage 2. So what I'll actually do now is I'll go through all of my pairs. So you can see here on the right, I have all of my pairs marked out in a watch list on TradingView. I have all of them marked out. If you want to get any coins on TradingView, please use my referral link in the YouTube description below. You'll get some coins off your monthly payments on that. And as you can see, I've got all of my pairs marked out here. So the pairs that I would need, I just put a sticker beside them. So you can just click on the sticker here. You can change the color if you want. You can make it any color. You can make it green for a buy, red for a sell if you want. You know, if that's what you think the pair might be doing. I've just got these marked out like this now so I can show you guys and girls what's up. Right now, these are the pairs that I usually give out markups for in my mentorship group, which is all the GBP pairs, Euro GBP, GBP USD, GBP CAD, GBP New Zealand, GBP JPY, GBP CHF, and GBP AUD. The next thing for me to do is to now go onto any one of these pairs and start to do top-down analysis. One of the ones I did do right now for GBP CHF, you can see here, I've drawn out nice support and resistance zones for this. I've given even some annotation indications to what this pair might be possibly doing, and we were able to catch this trade with a head and shoulders pattern. As you can see, the left shoulder here, a head here, and here's the right shoulder. This was a right shoulder for a re-entry. This was on Tuesday. People was able to get the re-entry for this trade if they missed it. This is also what I like to call a wave 3.0 setup, and you can see right here, here was the head. So this was the initial entry I got on this trade. I was telling people that the market's most likely going to buy up a little bit more when I called it out from this side of the week, which was last week. I said that the market's most likely going to buy up a little bit more, which was this resistance level here, and then we can look for a sell to take it short all the way up until probably around about this area here. Of course, if it rejected off this area, then it could go back up to this level. That's what you saw here, it rejected at first. So this is what I would do. I'll do my top-down analysis on several pairs in order for me to know which ones I'm going to take. Now, I was able to gain entry on this trade about here. Before I even took this trade, the best thing for me to do is that I knew now, because I drew this short and long indicator tool. This is actually on TradingView. You can use this. So here's where you'll find your short and long indicator tool. This is pretty awesome because what it will do is it will let you put a setup of where you believe price can go to and where you can put a stop loss level. Also, you can put the star beside these as well, which will make them appear right here. As you can see right now, I have them on my shortcut keys just down here. What I've done is I've managed to put myself with a 25 pip stop loss using the short tool, not the long, short position. I've done a 25 pip stop loss, and then I've managed to say that this pair has the possibility to move up to this level. Of course, it did move all the way down to here, but I had the possibility for it to at least go to here. This is where my overall take profit level was. But watching this pair, I was able to catch even more pips on this pair. And you can see right now, so this is what this does. This would give me an indication of what I'm looking for. Now what I would do is I'll go over to my pip calculator. So once I'm on my pip calculator, I have explained this in a previous video, in my risk management video. I will put the link in the top right, you will see it appear. What I'm actually going to do now is calculate, okay, I know I was looking for about, I believe it should be about 170 pips on this trade. So I need to put a good risk to reward ratio for myself in order to know what type of risk I would like to take for the trade and the account I have. I go to GBP CHF, we'll put 170 pips here. We'll put the dollars here. And I know that, yes, if I'm going to take this position with a 20 pip stop loss for now, I'll work out 20 pips after, I have the possibility of making $1,800, okay? And then that's how much profit I can make for the amount of risk I'm taking is $200. You can already see that that's like a 1 to 8 or 9 trade, which is excellent for me in terms of risk to reward. If my trade manages to go that far, which it did, I was able to make a return of 8 times compared to how much I was able to risk, if not 9 times. So that was perfect for me. Within stage 4, I need to be able to check what pairs might have any type of news that might affect my trading day. I need to know if it's going to be low news, medium news, or high impact news. Low news doesn't really move the charts that much. Medium news can move the chart just a little bit. High impact news is always the one you want to look out for. That can really spike the chart. We're talking 20, 50 pips. Sometimes it could be 100 pips. It depends on how serious the news actually is when it comes out. That all depends down to what the government in the said country is actually discussing at the time. We might not know exactly what it is. We might not know if it's going to be positive or negative as well at the time until it's released. We just have to use this and our discretion to see where the market might go. I don't really trade fundamentals too much myself. More than anything, I just want to know what high impact news is doing, and then I'll have the possibility to know that, okay, this pair could spike positive or negative. So it could buy or it could sell a lot. It just depends. So this is why we have risk management, risk to reward, which we just worked out in stage 3. Okay, so for stage 5, what we can see now is it's about setting alerts, because I do get this question asked to me a lot, especially people that work as well as trade, or they have other commitments and they want to trade at the same time, but they want to know, how am I able to do this without having to be at the screen all the time? So what I do suggest is you do your top-down analysis when the market closes, maybe when it's a bit more quiet for you to be able to do that. The market close is usually the best because structure is kind of still for a long period of time, going into the Asian session changeover. And what I'll suggest you do is, once you've done your zones that you've marked up and everything like you choose to do, what you want to do is use a horizontal line. That's this, the horizontal line. You can just press Alt and H, that's ALT and H, to create a horizontal line just like this if you want to, yeah. Or you can use it when you've got it on your hotkeys, just here. I've got mine here, so I can just click on there and put it there. And if you want to find where it is, just right over here on the second one down, and then you've got your trend lines, etc. And as you can see, I've got it starred. And then what you want to do is you want to go to a right click on this, yeah, and then you want to go to add alert, yeah. And when you add an alert on this, it's always time frame dependent as well. So whenever a 15-minute candle touches this line, crosses it, I'm going to get an alert. I will get an alert if I click on this one. Once that 15-minute candle closes through the line, I will get an alert that will pop up on my phone. It can show up on my email if I want. It can also pop up on my computer screen here. It will pop up with an alert at the time as well. And I can also name the alert if I want to. So this one just says GBP 15 crossing a horizontal line. I could say, if I want to look for a sell, also look at what the TDI is saying for a bearish entry. I can put whatever I want in there and go to create. Once you go to create, what's going to happen next is you can see what just happened there. Let's just get rid of this for a second. You can see clear as day, there was a little alarm clock that just appeared here. Now, when that alarm clock appeared there, you can see if we just go over here, now I've got GBP CHF, horizontal line. I've got an alert. I can edit this alert. I also get an alerts log here. So if this alert does get activated, then it will appear here, and that will be able to help me to know that the alert has been activated previously if I have missed a pop-up or anything like that. Another way to do something like this to gain entry into these trades is I have my TDI tool, as I always explain to people as well, that I use quite a lot. And I would have been able to just go right click on here, add an alert to my TDI. Now, how I add an alert to my TDI, you want a TDI crossing a TDI. That's what you want. And then I'll just change it to slow MA crossing fast MA, once per bar closed. Got all of this set up as well. You can have open-ended. I didn't mention that before, but open-ended is when it never stops setting the alert off for you, which is good. So, or you can set it to a certain time you want it to be, but for me, I always leave it on open-ended, and then I can do the same thing. I can write a message here if I want to, and I can go to create. Now, you might not see an alert symbol pop up here to show that you have created the alert, but what it will do is it will show me that there's an alert that pops up right here once again. As you can see, TDI, GBP-CHF, active. So once it gets triggered, it will come down here. That's showing you how you can use two confluences of alerts that can help you if you're not at your computer screen, in order for you to figure out when you would like to get into a trade or to give you a good entry signal. You've already worked out all your maths with your pips and your stop loss. You're all aware of that because you've got that information written down in a notepad or anything like that. And now you've got your alert that's popped up, and the next thing for you to do is just enter the trade. You've got to believe in your top-down analysis you've already done. For stage number 6, now what you can see is that you're only entering trades once you've seen your confluence add up. My confluence was I wanted to see a rejection of this area. I had an alert. I want to see my TDI cross, which I had here as well. I enter this trade now. I've got no reason not to enter this trade because I've done all my analysis, like I've said before, and at the same time now I can see I've got my TDI cross. Price has touched this level as well, and it appears to be rejecting. It's also London session for me as well. This is why I'm looking for a key amount of volatility to happen in the market. So that would have been a rejection for me. I've got my confluences that I need for my trade. That's at least 3 confluences there, and now I enter my trade. Now, my next thing for me to do, and reason why I'm showing you this trade now, is for me to say I want to take a certain amount of profit off this trade, only when it gets close to my overall TP here. So this is another trade I was able to enter in London session. Again, you can see pretty much so. My entry was here, around about here, and then there was a stop loss around about this level here. And once again, I'm looking to leave this trade when my trade hits overall TP. But at the same time, there's no way we're going to know it's going to hit our suggested level to the exact amount. So I say anything between 75% and 100%, of course, coming close to your overall TP, you want to be able to take your profit. So I saw that there was a rejection happening here. It was coming very close to New York session, which means there could be the New York reversal. That's a term that they use in Forex, and the pair could reverse. There was also high impact news that was coming out at this time. USD news was positive, so USD positive news brought this pair back up. Of course, if I was in my sell, this buy would have taken me out of my sell. So you can understand completely where I'm coming from now, where I say, look into the news, why it might affect your trading day, especially if you're a scalper. Stage number 8. So now what you're looking at now is you're only taking trades that are based on what you're marking up. As you can see, I've made some type of markups here. So I'm only going to be taking trades on how I've marked up a chart. If I believe it's going to sell here, I'm only taking this trade. I'm not going to go over to US 30 and just place a buy now because I believe it might buy, or other people are talking about it buying, or I heard through the grapevine with news that it might buy or sell. I don't care about all of that. My main confluences have been marked out. I'm ready to wait for them. I've also done my top-down analysis, whether I've started from the daily chart, weekly chart, wherever I've started from, going all the way back down. Once again, I do teach that in my mentorship. It's really worth your time if you want to get involved in that. I'll teach you all these types of different top-down analysis, but you can see straight away here, I'm only taking trades that I've put as some type of top-down analysis to say, yes, I want to take that trade. And this is what I'll do. You don't take any other trades. If you miss the trade, you miss the trade. There'll be another one tomorrow when you do your markup. So it's just that simple. Don't overthink it too much. Now, this is a trade history sheet. I will be giving this sheet out to a lot of my students first, just to see how they work with it. If they like it and they seem to give it the, the go ahead, the approval, then what I will do is I will then start to give it to the public after. Just want to make sure that it's good for public use. That's why you can see I put public here. And yeah, I'm testing this myself. And also at the same time, like I said, I'll give it to my VIPs. And you can see straight away the trades that I did show you there, one of them being AUD USD. I said the strategy was a top-down analysis. I took it on Tuesday, the 6th of April, 2021. The trend was a sell. The pattern I saw was a double top. The session was London session. I gained entry on the 15-minute chart. My price entry level was this one right here. I had a lot size of 1, 20 pip stop loss, 62 pip overall take profit, where it could be. And then I won that trade, as you can see here. And then the profit from that was 490. I did come out at 49 pips, as you can see. And then the same thing for the next trade now. You can see it was GBP CHF. Strategy was top-down analysis. The day was Tuesday, 6th of April, 2021. It was a sell. Head and shoulders pattern formed. London session it was. 15-minute chart. This was the price entry level. Lot size was 1, 20 pips, 200 pip take profit overall. And you can see right now this was a win. I got $1,900 from that trade. That was 190 pips. And then NZD CAD. So when it comes to trade that's a loser for me, or any other colors, I'm trying to color scheme my trade history sheet. What I would do is I'll just make this one red. So I'll just click here, and then you can just click on this fill color and just change it to red right there. And that's what it does. So you can see this whole column is red to just show me straight away this was a losing trade. It was a top-down analysis. Tuesday the 6th of April 2021. It was a buy. It was an inverted head and shoulders. London session, 15-minute chart. Here was the price entry level, lot size 1, 20 pips, 107 pip take profit was what I was looking for. It was a loss, but I put here for notes, closed early. So I know that was my fault that I closed it because it never actually hit my stop loss, never at one point, and it did go on to buy 50 pips. So it was my mistake for closing that trade. But always close your losers quickly and let your winners run. So if you believe it's losing, if it does go on to win, you can't predict the future in Forex. You just close it, you move on. You can see now. So that was minus $60, minus 6 pips, and you can see what happened here. But this is what happens. So if I highlight all of these, I've got a number here that says sum. You can just click on the bottom. You can change any one of these. Just make sure it clicks to sum. And then it tells me I made $2,330 for the day. So even with that loss, I was still up for the day overall, which is perfect. And this is what you want to be. And there you go. Okay, and for the final and last stage, this is stage 10. Now with stage 10, some people might call it a little bit extra and things like that, but I believe there isn't too much extra when it comes to collecting data in Forex. There could be too much extra in terms of strategy, you're overthinking it and doing things like that once you have tested enough for a strategy. But definitely when it comes to collecting data, I'm a big, huge advocate of it. I tell my students all the time, I tell anybody, even in the general group as well, collect data, collect data, collect data, collect data. Always collect your data. Once you collect enough data in the market, you'll be surprised how apparent and how obvious the market starts to look over a period of time. Do not worry about your emotions. Do not worry about your losses. Collect data, and if you want to take it serious and treat it like a business, collect more data. So once you collect the data, what you want to do is you want to go into a folder or a file that you save for yourself. This is my one. I set it on dates, and as you can see now, here are the trades just as shown. This was this trade here, so I can see that this was a winning trade. I can see that this was a winning trade as well, and I can also see that this was eventually a winning trade, but for me, obviously, as I put down, it was a losing trade, but it shows me what I'm looking for. So when these patterns are forming again in future, or these type of trade setups, I can go back to my trade history folder and I can check if this pattern looks familiar. This is what I can do, and it will make it so much easier for me to say, okay, this does look like a trade I can take. This is all part of what you would do when the market closes. You can go and check these types of things to say, oh, this is looking like a flashcard almost of this trade I'm seeing that could form tomorrow, and this will help you. So guys and girls, I think I have covered a few things in this. I hope it's not too long, the video for you, and I hope you stayed with me all the way to the end because it was valuable information and gems. So yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to hit me up to get into mentorship, please just hit me up in Discord, DM me, and I'll be able to sort out some stuff for you. We'll be able to talk about it. And yeah, let's get in the group. Don't miss out. You know, I give out as much pips as I can in the general group, but a lot of the time my attention is focused to the students, of course. So on that note, I am going to leave it there, and I'm going to say peace. Farewell. Have a good night. Have a good day. I don't know, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning here. You know me, I'm crazy. They always say I'm crazy up doing all these sessions and stuff. But yeah, let's just get it. I'm going to leave this one in the end as well. So you guys are like, man, this guy's, he's on it. All right, no worries. Peace.